Hello, I'm Adrian and welcome to my Venom comparison video. So the reason why I decided to make this video is that a few weeks back I decided to buy this Venom Play Arts Kai figure, but the thing is that I found it on a listing on eBay and I found it for about $65. I was like, oh, this is a steal, this is great. And it had all the pictures and it looked authentic, so I bought it. But the thing is, I had no idea there was apparently a very lucrative market in China where they go and they make copies of the Play Arts Kai figures. So I figured that out as I was waiting for it to arrive, and then I decided to order the real one from Square Enix, which is apparently the only way you can get the real one is to get it from Square Enix, because they even sell copy ones on Amazon. So it is pretty bad. Even though they sell it as authentic, it's still a copy from China. So you gotta be careful. And the reason why I made this video is precisely because, one, to check if you've been duped, and two, in case you don't really want to spring for the authentic and you're wondering, well, is the knockoff version good? Like, is it a good copy? So that's what we're gonna be taking a look at today. So first of all, we're gonna start off just looking at the boxes. So as you can see, they're really similar, but the one thing you can see is, as you can see, this is much glossier. You can even see my reflection a lot more than on this one, right? So that is your one tip, first off, is that this is a lot glossier. This is the real one, and this is the copy. Another is that the colors are, I'll just zoom in a little. The colors, as you can see, it's just everything is brighter on this side than on this side, right? This one, the colors are much more vibrant, and here everything's a little darker. And also a big one is the serial number. So the serial number, this is that tiny little serial number that you see right there that's kind of like engraved there. See, the thing is, that's kind of another giveaway when you're looking at the copy version. Look, see, there's no serial number. This is not the one underneath the logo. I'm talking about this one right here. See? There's none of it actually. They sometimes have like knockoff serial numbers, but I guess this one does not have it. So let's start opening these guys up. This one I already opened. I already have the figure out actually, but this is the interior. I like to keep the box because that way it's an easy way to store the figures. So let's go ahead and start opening this guy up. So first off, you're gonna notice that this one has like this plastic, like little things on top of it. Not the plastic, this frame, but on top of the figure, there's little sheets of plastic. That is not present in the real one. When I was opening it, I noticed that. And so I just wanted to point that out, that that's your first indication that it's a knockoff version. So let's go ahead and open this up. All right, it is out of the box. Wow, okay, so you can tell right off the bat actually with the colors. I'll just show it right now. So far, this is actually very, very close to what the figure looks like when it's boxed. I'm talking about this stuff. This is all practically identical. Okay. Here is the figure. This is also like a pseudo unboxing as well. We'll take this stuff off. So this isn't present. Like these little things over here, they are not present in the original one. All right, so here is the Venom figure. It looks pretty good. There we are. But you know what? Since before I start the comparisons, we're gonna change the head. Wow. Well, there's your first indication is that the head has this has the joint, the ball and socket joint there. So, oh, whoops. Okay, I tried to remove this right now, but I could not. All right, well, we'll put the head back on just so he's not a headless Venom. Okay. All right, so let's start the comparisons. So here is, well, just from the feel of it, it doesn't feel very solid. It feels very light weight compared to the weight of the real figure. And here we're about to see the real Venom over here. So as you can see right from the get-go, the coloring is completely different. See, what's cool about this Venom is that it has like shades of purple and blue and black, and it all combines to produce this really cool effect, which is one of the main reasons why I got it. It's just, I love the design, I love the coloring of it. It all looks really, really awesome. Very cool detailing. So now we see the Chinese knockoff version. You see what happens is you can just tell immediately the coloring is very off, right? And then just in the heads alone, you can see too, just to get it in focus. There we are. The coloring is off. You can see there's a lot of discoloration. This Venom clearly needs to go to the dentist. And the jaw joint over here, hilariously enough, the real one doesn't really have a jaw joint. This has a jaw joint over here, which is kind of cool in the movie, actually. I wonder why the real one doesn't. And what else can we see from the color? Well, there, you know, it's just different shades of purple. You can see there on the side over here. And in terms of how sturdy the figure is, let's just stand this guy up. Okay. So the joints, as you can see, it has a very different click feel and sound. This one, there's no clicking. I mean, there's a little bit of clicking, but it doesn't sound as prominent as this guy over here. See? And also, in terms of the chest, see, there's a giant hole there, whereas in this one, it's much more stuck to the torso of the body. See? To the waist. Whereas this one, it's jutting up very prominently. See, there's a very big gap there. And what else? Apparently the head doesn't connect very well. And a higher level of detail everywhere, as you can see. It's the front, it's the side, it's the back. All right, so let's go back to analyzing the joints. They do move, as you can see. It's fine, they don't break, so that's nice. It gets a little in the way, stuck there when you move it upwards. It's pretty good range of mobility. And legs work fine. Knees a little rough. I wonder if this one even bends over here. Wow, this one's, it took it off camera. Okay, yeah. All right. It does bend, but it does require extra strength there to push it. Looking at the toys more closely, what you can also see is that the detail of the webbing is very different, whereas in the authentic figure, it's pretty much like, it looks like it's sculpted into the figure itself, the paint. And on the knockoff version, the paint is very rough, and you could tell that, you know, just someone just drew over it. And the feet is where it's very prominent as well. You see how this is webbing, it's just very crudely drawn, whereas here it's much more subtle and drawn perfectly well. I will add that the stand does come pretty much intact. You see in the back, the little display case and the instructions and everything as to how to display it. So if you really want this figure, definitely get the real version. Don't go for the knockoff version. Yes, it is much cheaper, but you really do get what you pay for. And you'll probably end up really disappointed if you display this figure against, if you display this figure next to any of the other figures that you have, because it's just not gonna look as good. It's gonna look cheap. It looks cheap. So yeah, I would definitely just recommend getting the real one. And just definitely, if you want to get the real one, do not buy it off of Amazon, do not buy it off of eBay, just buy it off directly the Square Enix site, because that way you know you're getting the authentic thing. Because I saw in a lot of reviews of Amazon that they advertise it as a real one and then they send you the fake one. It's not Amazon that's doing it, it's whoever the seller is on Amazon that's doing it. It is easier to get the Venom with the red version, so another one, the one that kind of looks like Carnage. That is easier to get original on eBay and Amazon, but this version of Venom, it's very hard to find an original version. I was unable to find an original version on Amazon or on eBay either. They all were basically knockoffs. And it's really difficult to gauge just by pictures because generally the pictures are really fuzzy. And as you can see, the two figures look very similar. If they were to take the picture from afar, you know, if they would take a picture up close, and you can immediately start telling the differences. And the boxes as well. If you just see a picture, a fuzzy picture from afar, something like that, you could be fooled into thinking it is the real deal, unless they show you like the bottom of the box where you can see this serial number or anything like that. So there you have it. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the Venom figures. And I also got a bunch of other toy videos in case you're interested. And of course, I have tons of superhero content. So feel free to subscribe, and you can follow me on social media at Godzillarex. Thank you so much for seeing my video, and see you guys next time. And yes, in case you're wondering, I did consider just not opening it and shipping it back. But the thing is that the cost of shipping this all the way back to China was exorbitantly high, and I would have really not made that much money judging from what that was going to get returned to me and what I was going to have to pay for the shipping. So that's why I decided not to ship it back. And instead make a video to help other people so they don't get duped in the way I was, or to help someone make a decision if they don't want to go for the original one.